Hey guys, I'm Audrey and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I spent the last 3 months in the US and came home with 15 new books. So I thought it's the best opportunity for me to finally do a video. So welcome to my US book haul video. Yay! I bought the first 4 books the first week we were in Orlando, Florida, and we went to Goodwill. It's a thrift store, and behind second-hand clothing and home supplies, they also had this corner, this big corner, just with books. So as soon as I saw it, I was like walking really fast to it. I didn't run, that would have been really dramatic and maybe embarrassing. But they have amazing deals there, like a hardback or a hardcover. Sorry, a hardcover is like $1.99 and a paperback is 99 cents, and they're in super condition. So I spent so much time browsing like to every shelf. And my best friend, she also like looked at all the books. But after some time, she just sat down at the table and waited for me. And I came back with like this huge pile of books that I wanted to buy. But then, of course, I had to settle down for less books. And I ended up buying these 4 books. The first book of those 4 is Wicked by Gregor Maguire. And I've seen it all over Tumblr, like so many people talked about this and recommended this, and excited to read it because it's about the villain, about the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz. The next book is High Society by Ellie Carter. And it's also a book that I've seen so many times on Tumblr, and so many people recommended it. And it sounded really promising, and so I bought it. And yeah, I love how like the glasses are so kind of reflecting and awesome. I'm all for pretty books. So the third book of those 4 is The Red Necklace by Sally Gardner, and this is actually the only book from those 4 books that I have never seen on Tumblr before, and I bought it because the name sounded really like interesting, and together with the spine, you know, it looked like a typical book that I would read. So I took it, like, I pulled it out of the shelf and said a story about the French Revolution, and I was sold at that point because I love French Revolution. Like, my favorite musical ever is Les Miserables, and I love all the songs, and sold. Yeah. The last of those 4 books is Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire, and it's also a book I've seen all over Tumblr. Or not all over, but so many people recommended it, like for new adult. So this is like my first new adult novel. I bought the next 2 books the first week that we were in New York, and we went to Barnes & Noble, and I was blown away. Like, seriously, seeing all those books that I see all over Tumblr, that I see, you know, Only Hearted, that so many people talk about, and then so many books that I saved on my many Amazon book wish lists, and seeing them there, like being there and touching them and pulling them out and reading the summary like how many times, whatever, and just seeing them, it was so beautiful for me. We spent hours there. Yeah. Was beautiful. So the first book I got there was William Shakespeare's Star Wars Verily a New Hope by Ian Dasher, and it's episode 4 of Star Wars, but you know, like the title says, written like a Shakespeare play. And I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, and I saw this before on Tumblr, and so I just had to get it. And then I also bought Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks, but because I really want to see the movie, and the summary was really interesting, and I'm a huge fan of Nicholas Sparks. I've read like 5 books or 6 books by him, and I love his books. He's a good author in my opinion. So yeah, and they were both on sale, so I paid, like for those two together, I paid less than I would have paid for one regular price book, and it felt very cool. Like I felt very good when I purchased them. My best friend and I, we were walking through Soho, and then I saw this bookstore called McNally Books, and it looked really interesting. So I went inside, and the first floor is like literature and biography and all those things, sorry. And there was a table, and it's like, get this book for a huge bargain, and it was one of those books. And it's The Odyssey by Homer. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it in English. It's in German, and I don't know if the pronunciation is the same. And I'm a huge fan of Greek mythology, so that's why I bought it. And because it looks so cool, like, I don't know if you can see the pages, they're like so, like kind of like different length. And it's hardcover, and it's like $7 or something, so I was like, getting it. I didn't buy the next 2 books, but I still consider them part of my US book haul because I got them while I was in New York. The next 2 books are birthday presents that I got from Ashley, aka Sparky Loves Books. And yeah, because it was my birthday while I stayed in the US. And those are the 2 books. Okay, the first one is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodgkin. And I wanted to read this book since 2009, I guess, I'm not quite sure. But back in the beginning when I started reading English books, and I saw them in the recommendation pages at the end of the book, and since then I wanted to buy it, but it was always a bit pricey, so I never got around buying it. But now I have a perfect reason to purchase the second and the third book as soon as I start the first one, of course. But I'm really excited to start it. So many people rave about it, how awesome it is, and I can't wait to start and dive head first in. I think that was not proper English, but I'm sorry. The next one is Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alayri-Sáenz. I'm sorry if I pronounce any names wrong, especially those 2, and of course his. Yeah, I just know how to pronounce it in German, and I'm not sure if that sounds right, because a lot of times it doesn't in English. So, anyway, you know which book I mean, you see it. It's also a book I've seen all over Tumblr, and so many people rave about how beautiful this book is, and just has like like so many like 5 or 4-star reviews on Goodreads, and it's a wonderful book, and it looks so pretty. Thank you, Ashley, again for I don't know how many times. Yeah. So the next book I bought on September 1st, exactly the day when it came out, at its launch party, and it's Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. And it was also the day when I met Sarah J. Maas, and seriously, like she pulled the book towards her, and then she looked up, and at first, like, the first thing she said was, "Hi, you are adorable." And I was just like, I didn't know what to say. I was like so happy at that moment. I could have died in peace. And then she signed it, and I mean, look at it. Can't see, sorry. Here, it's my name. Oh my god, sorry, camera. This is my name, and that's her. Ah. Best day ever. Yeah. It's a great book. I died a couple of times emotionally, of course. But still worth it. The whole series, worth it. The next 3 books I got at the Strand Bookstore in New York. And I think as someone who really loves books and loves buying them and stuff, and being in New York, checking out the Strand Bookstore is like a priority. Like, okay, maybe that's just me, but I was so excited to go there. And I had like when I was browsing through the store, I had like this huge pile of books that I really wanted to buy. And I felt so bad for my cousin who took me there because she had to wait so long for me. But when I came back, I had to decide, you know, on less books, of course, because I can't take them all home. I already had so many. So I ended up buying those 3 books. So the first book of those is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Ricks. And I have seen it like so many times on Tumblr, so many people talked about it. And I already have the second book. It was like part of last year's Secret Santa. And everything in my book, everything in my box was already like too much for it. It was more than the budget. So I had to take one of the books out, and so I kept Hollow City. But I never got around buying the first one because it was always so expensive on Amazon, and yeah. Now I got it, and I immediately started reading it when I was home, so it was a good purchase. It's awesome. The second book is Wither by Lauren DeStefano. It's the first book of the Chemical Garden trilogy, and just like The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, it's a book that I wanted to read for years now because I saw it in the recommendation pages of, you know, another book. And I like Mara Dyer, I never got around buying it because it was also so pricey, but now I have an explanation to buy the other 2 books as well. Yay! And the last of those 3 books is Splintered by A.G. Howard, and it's based on Alice in Wonderland, and I love Alice in Wonderland. It's my favorite Disney movie ever, and so of course I had to get it. Of course I had to. Yeah, of course. And I'm really excited to start reading this. These are the last 2 books that I got while I was in the US, and I bought them in the last week I was there. And I bought them because I really wanted to get the exclusive collector's edition of Leander and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Because I've seen it so like like all those other books, I saw it so many times on Tumblr. And so many people said it's like so cute and awesome. And I talked with Polly from Polly and Books about seeing this edition, and she told me that I should absolutely get it because it's you can just get this edition in the US at Barnes & Noble. So, because look, it has like all these illustrations and it's so cute. So she told me that I should really get it, like seize the opportunity and get it. And then I told Ashley about it from Sparky Loves Books that I really want to buy this book because you can't buy it in another country without paying so much for the shipping. And she told me that yes, I should totally get it because it's a great story and I would love it, and I'm really excited to start it, and I think I'm going to start reading this next. This one. So, this is the last book I got, and it's like purely by accident that I got it. I was just browsing through the sale section, or the sale table, and because I thought I saw Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks. Turned out to be the lucky one. Sorry. It said Nicholas Sparks and was the same color, and I wanted to show it to my cousin because I really love that book. So I saw this one. I saw it for $5, and I was like, I have to get it because I also saw it all over Tumblr, and yeah, I'm also really excited to read it. So that's it. Those are the 15 books that I got while I was in the US. I really hope that you like this video. I'm really sorry for any pronunciation mistakes that I made. You're more than welcome to, put the right pronunciation in the comment section below. And even if you have any questions about the books and stuff and whatever, yeah, if you really like this video and you like to see more, then please like it and subscribe. That would be really awesome. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I see you around. Bye. Have a great day. Bye.